What's up, guys? It's Coach Jason. It's Monday night. It's about 9:30, and I got this message that came through the Facebook page earlier. Question that I wanted to address it and kind of talk about some of the misconceptions that are going around that generally people may have about how weight loss works. So it says, "Hey, Coach, question. Might be dumb, but it's been lingering in my mind since I was about 10 years old." So this is one of those things that's been going on for a while. When you work out and sweat, that's the fat burning, right? So if you don't wipe the sweat off and you let it dry to your body reabsorbs the fat again. And it's a common misconception, but it's definitely a misconception. So basically, sweat is really just like water and sodium electrolytes. Like if you're sweaty and you lick yourself, that's why your dog comes up and licks you, because you're sweaty and it tastes like salt. They come over and they'll just lick because they want to get that salt, because they just, for whatever reason, they like it. So basically, it's just the water, the sweat, the sodium electrolytes. Your body breaks down fat as energy, and the leftover components are actually exhaled from your lungs. So fat is just a long chain of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. I can see if I can find that formula real quick if it really matters, but basically it's just a long chain of fat molecule structure. So hydrogen, carbon, and hydroxide, which is an OH ion, which is oxygen and hydrogen bonded together. So without getting too sciencey, yeah, it's basically just hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen chains. And as your body goes through the day, your body breaks down energy that it has available to it, whether it's carbohydrates in the form of glucose and glycogen, or if you're in a slightly deficit state where you're getting less calories in than you're burning, you're actually going to break down fat as fuel, and then burn it. So basically, as your body breaks down the fat as energy, the leftover components are exhaled through the water vapor and the respiration, the effective respiration. So that oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen just right back out through the lungs. So that's part of the reason why sleep is so damn important for weight loss. So I know some of you guys have had issues with weight loss, or your sleep schedule interfering with your weight loss, and then it's also why it's so important to be well hydrated in order to continue to lose weight, because that water vapor actually kind of attaches to these carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen molecules and exhales them. Just like, so it's not just carbon. It's not like black carbon coming out of your lungs. It's carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide comes out, hydrogen comes out, and then we breathe oxygen back in. So that question comes back to saying, hey, so can you lose weight without sweating? And the answer is yes. You don't actually have to work out to lose weight, but it helps with the process. It really does. It helps to burn off that excess fat that we're carrying around as energy, so burn that off. But you don't actually have to work out to lose weight. It just makes the process go a hell of a lot faster and makes the results stick around a lot easier. So basically, if you're a man, you're 200 pounds, and 3,000 calories is probably the approximation of how many calories you need throughout the day to maintain that 200 pounds, to neither gain nor lose weight. So if you eat 3,000 calories and you go about your daily life and you're at 200 pounds, and next week you eat 3,000 calories every day all week and you stay 200 pounds, that's your baseline number. So if you eat more calories than 3,000, you will slowly start to gain weight, depending on how many calories you go over daily. So if, for instance, you're eating an extra 250 calories per day, quick math, that puts you around like an extra, you'll gain a pound about every 2 weeks or so. There's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of body fat. So whatever 3,500 divided by 250 calories is. Here's a good one. If you're eating an extra 350 calories a day, which is pretty simple to do if you're consistent with it, 2 slices of a peanut butter jelly sandwich with like normal bread and an unknown amount of peanut butter. If you're not really tracking your food, it's very easy to go overboard on something like that. So Yeah, if you're eating an extra 350 calories a day, over the course of 10 days, you're going to gain about a pound of body fat. Of course, if you are not eating that extra 350 calories, if you're cutting it out of your diet through, portion control, through the intermittent fasting, or through some other method of dietary supplementation or meal replacement, then you'll start to lose 1 pound about every 10 days if you're cutting out 350 calories. Um, so that said, no, you don't have to sweat to lose weight. But think about it this way: if you are trying to create a 350 calorie deficit, but you're hungry, it gets really hard up here. It gets really hard up here. So that said, working out and having a dietary shift where you're only consuming, let's say you're consuming like 150 calories less, which is really easy to do. That's like, for some bread, it's like one slice of bread. Maybe it's two slices of bread if you're eating like white bread. But that's not even your sandwich. Like, you can still have the peanut butter and jelly. You just got to take the bread out of it, which, I don't know, maybe put your peanut butter and jelly on like celery or something like that. Like ants on a log. That's a good one. But that way you still get your peanut butter. You get your peanut butter fix, but you're not getting those calories that come with the bread. So let's say you cut out 150 calories out of your diet, and then also burn an extra 150 calories from doing exercise and sweating a little bit. Basically, what happens then is now you're creating a 350 calorie deficit by working out and dieting, as opposed to just going straight with the diet and being hungrier. So the question back to sweat. Sweat is just the body's mechanism for keeping cool, to keep the internal temperature cool. You can really damage the internal organs, whether it's your heart, your lungs, your liver, pancreas, intestines, brain, with an elevated body temperature. So that's why we sweat when we're outside and it's hot. It's to cool off the body. It's to keep the body at that constant 98.6 degree internal temperature, and keep us happy and healthy inside. And that's the reason why we sweat. We don't sweat to lose fat. We just sweat in order to maintain that internal temperature. So I hope that gives you guys some clarity tonight. I always love getting questions. So there is no such thing as a stupid question. There is such thing as misinformation, and I want to help. That's part of what my mission here is, guys, is to kind of get rid of misinformation as well, and get you guys on the right path. So, of course, if you have any questions, absolutely go ahead and submit it to me. I'd love to hear from you, and with that, if you guys, anything else you want to hear about, let me know. I'd love to make some content for you about something that either you're struggling with, or a question that you've got, or even if it's just checking up on your workouts. Hit me up, let me know, and we'll talk soon. Have a great night.